President Trump is hoping to begin 2018 with a bipartisan deal on infrastructure. The big question, of course, will he be able to get it done? Joining us now, best-selling author Mark Steyn. Mark, Democrats have said for years that they want infrastructure. They've run on infrastructure platforms. Chuck Schumer wants it, and now they have a chance to give it to the American people.
Yeah, and the question is, will they be able to work with the one president, one Republican president, who actually is seriously interested in this? And seriously, this overrides any commitment to small government and low spending that you'd have gotten with a more ideological president like Ted Cruz. So if they can't do it with this president, right, they're not serious.
Right, and you know, you can even argue the tax bill, right? That wasn't steeped in traditional Republican orthodoxy. No. A $2,000 child tax credit, $1,400 of it refundable, and things like that. So you've got a builder, you've got someone who's outside of the norm, who knows, listen, Chuck Schumer knows President Trump very well. But
also he's interested in this. I mean, he's embarrassed by New York's airports, as any New Yorker ought to be. I mean, LaGuardia is ridiculous. You can't get a taxi or a bus or a car anywhere near the terminal. The marine terminal is trailing wires. I mean, these are not first world airports. No, they're not. And the same with the highway system, same with bridges. This actually is an issue.
I drive a Jeep, Mark, because for 3 years in a row, my car ended up hitting a pothole post-winter in New York, $2,000 every time. I went the third time and finally bought a Jeep.
No, well, I used to be manly, not like you with your big SUV. I used to drive a Chevy Silverado pickup truck because instead of like an effete foreigner, I wanted to look like a big butch pickup driver. And after you drive around on New York State roads for 30 or 40 miles, your back is wrecked. You got sciatica, and you want something. You want something with effete foreign type suspension.
Unfortunately, though, New York, it's you know, our infrastructure is so bad, and it is emblematic of the entire nation.
But same. I mean, that Superstorm Sandy, for example. If this city, if instead of being a poser on climate change, the mayor had a Thames flood barrier, the Dutch flood barrier, the St. Petersburg Russia. If we're going to collude with the Russians, let's collude with whoever built the St. Petersburg flood barrier. Right. I mean, this stuff is important.
Well, the Democrats have their chance. All right, Mark, I've got another one for you because the USDA now saying the number of Americans signing up for food stamps down almost 5% this year. That's obviously a positive sign. Do you think this economic optimism that exists everywhere except in headlines and perhaps in polls of President Trump will start to really manifest itself even more?
I hope so. I mean, I live in broken down northern New Hampshire, and one of the saddest things there is the way supermarkets in the Obama years took to ordering on the basis of food stamps. So when the food stamp is renewed on the first day of the month, that's when the supermarket shelves are full, and that's when they got meat, and that's when they got vegetables. And 2, 3, 4 days after that, the shelves are empty until the food stamp kicks in again next month. 40 million people, the population of America during Rutherford B. Hayes's presidency, is still on food stamps. That's more than the population of Canada. It's twice the population of Scandinavia, 10 times the population of New Zealand. And they're people, it's not about poverty, it's about people who have given up on the possibility of work and a life with dignity. And that last part is what drove a big part of the Trump campaign.
Right. A part of that also, obviously, though, is making the transition can be tough because you can actually take an economic hit as you step outside of the safety net America has created for poverty into the other world. You actually you may take an economic hit to get a job somewhere like McDonald's. So people have to believe that that initial hit is worth it ultimately.
That's right. And that's why it's actually, to look at it from the Democrats' point of view, it's actually more important than the minimum wage. They always talk about the minimum wage as if a guy starts on the minimum wage at 17 or 18, and that's the job he does 50 years later, and he's on that minimum. It's not. People get off the minimum wage, get better jobs. But food stamps, the psychology of food stamps, for the reasons you said, is much more dangerous. And I don't want to see this country go the way. I mean, in Britain, for example, 10% of the population hasn't worked a day since Tony Blair took office in 1997.
Right.
20% of British children are raised in homes where nobody works. So that sitcom cliche that everyone mocks, the guy coming through the door at 5 o'clock and saying, "Hi, honey, I'm home," that's unknown to a fifth of households.